Hey there, Kyle with Culture Redneck Garage coming to you this afternoon, doing a little bit of radiator work as we had mentioned on our last video. So I happened to get our radiator out. Here's the old one, and you can of course see where it has had some leaks and that sort of thing, especially on this side here, but yeah, you can see a lot of that. Needs some work. Well, anyways, so we get that thing pulled, and unfortunately, you know, some of the transmission cooler lines, along with pulling that, didn't quite want to come off with their age, so that's to be expected. This one here on the left being the one that got twisted off. I had apparently made a repair way back in the day on this one and put a compression fitting in, so we'll be trying to fix that here in the next coming day or two. Well, anyways, I set the new radiator in, the aluminum one that we have sitting over there. Thing wouldn't want to fit. I kept trying to figure out what's going on here. What you don't see is that this was bent in, like it came out here and went back in. Apparently this car at some time in its past must have, you know, got hit or rear-ended something or whatever, which would explain the whole rust issue we had on the front unibody frame rails that we have got to fix still too. But anyways, it just wouldn't allow, this being bent in wouldn't allow the radiator to fit into place, so I came up with an idea. What I did was I took one of these little jacks that I'll pick up occasionally, one or two of them from the junkyard for like $5 a pop or whatever. Anyways, I managed to get that wedged in there on the K-frame, in between there and this lip, and began pushing out, and that got our sheet metal, our framework here, back into radiator core support. That's what we call that, the core support, back to close to where it needed to be. So I was able to fit that radiator in there. So the new radiator does fit, however it doesn't fit perfectly. The holes don't line up, so I'm gonna have to drill some holes kind of in the flange, about another 3/4 of an inch lower, which is fine, it won't mess up anything. And the shroud, fan shroud, doesn't exactly fit either, so I'm gonna have to drill and tap those. So anyways, what turned into, seemed to be a little bit of tiny little job, turned into a pretty big project, and we're not done. So what we'll do next is we'll go in and clean up our metal here with the wire wheel, then put some encapsulator on it, throw some paint on it, and stick our radiator back in. Then we'll get her fired back up. Anyways, that's what I've got today. We'll maybe pick up on when we get to putting it in. Well, here we are about 2 weeks later, finally getting this radiator in. Now it's been kind of cold and rainy, and as you can see, the front of the car is actually at the edge of the garage door. So I'm not going to work on that whenever it's you know, in the 30s and 40s and rainy or snowy and icy like it has been. Anyway, so we're back at it today. Today we're going to install a radiator. As mentioned before, this wasn't an exact fit, even though the company said it was. So what I had to do, went ahead and made 2 big holes to give us a little bit of adjustment. And I want my fan shroud to go on, so what I had to do was I took some aluminum and epoxied I roughed it up and epoxied in 4 areas here, you know, based off of where the fan shroud would fit, and then I went in and tapped those all the way through so that I'm not only grabbing this tab, but I'm going to grab this flange as well. So hopefully that will do the trick. Let's try. Oh, and I know some people don't like using hoses for this kind of repair, but I am going to do that. So I've got 2 barb fittings on there, and let's get this put in and get it fired off. Well, we ran out of daylight before we could get the old girl started up, but at least we got the radiator installed and everything hooked up, and so I'll show you what we did there. I don't guess I pointed out, I did get all that wire brushed and wire wheeled or whatever, and got rust encapsulator put all over that, and of course the inside down there. All of the exception of this, I think maybe this evening or next evening, whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and sand that down to bare metal. I'm still just trying to decide if I want to paint this yellow or black. Anyway, we'll figure that out. But yeah, we got her on. As you can see, our tabs look like they worked out, that we had tapped and put in place. I may back those little bolts out and put some anti-seize on them, since it's probably just similar metal. That'd probably save me. I don't care for this gap. It's not my favorite, but it's what I had to do, at least for now, to keep the fan shroud on. But yeah, she's bolted on. Works out good. I don't see any leaks after we filled it up, so I guess that's okay. I'm gonna replace this cap. I don't know that I trust it, but anyways, we will get her fired up, pulled out here and fired up, and verify it all works. Anyways, that's all for today. We'll see ya.